reading from the book of Colossians, chapter 3, the first 3 verses. If then you were raised with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ is, sitting at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above and not on things on the earth. For you died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. It was Independence Day, not Jamaican Independence Day, but American Independence Day, July 4th, 1989, that I took my initial flight on a mission trip into Norman Manley Airport in Kingston, Jamaica. I was green, I was ignorant, and I was ill-prepared for what awaited me as I went to the most beautiful island that God ever chose to fashion. Being raised in a small western Pennsylvania town, rural, I had limited exposure to any culture beyond my own. And so you can imagine my shock when the wheels of the plane hit the ground and the people spontaneously erupted in applause. And the culture shock escalated when I was hit with a stream of patois. If the Lord allows me to go back in February, that will make 24 years. I have learned a lot about Jamaica in those 23 years, and the culture shock has worn off, but I still cannot understand one syllable of patois. But I've learned a lot about the island, and sometimes I will use my knowledge of the island to play practical jokes on Jamaicans that I meet in America. Anytime I overhear someone with what appears to be a Jamaican accent, I will say, "Excuse me, where are you from?" They will pause, they will look at me, and they will say, "Jamaica." I'll say, "Oh, where in Jamaica?" I'll say, "You know Jamaica?" I'll say, "Well, a little bit." And the look on their face leads me to believe that they think that my knowledge of Jamaica is probably limited to perhaps the fact that I might have flown into Montego Bay and maybe taken a bus over to Ocherias and eaten at the Burger King and walked across to the craft market and paid more than I needed to. Then I went to Dunsford Falls and held the hand of some guy walking up the rocks. Went back to Montego Bay and ate some fake jerk chicken at Margaritaville. That was not my exposure to Jamaica. And so I will say, "Where are you from?" Sometimes they will look at me and reluctantly say where they're from. "Well, I'm from Falmouth." I said, "Well, I'm from Trelawney myself." But truthfully, my most precious place in all of Jamaica is a small town on the North Shore in Portland between Buff Bay. One time I was at Walmart and I heard a lady speaking and I said, "Where are you from?" And she said, "I'm from Jamaica." And I said, "Where in Jamaica?" And she said, "I'm from Portland." And I said, "Where in Portland?" She said, "I'm from Buff Bay." And I said, "Do you know where Miss Pearline Ellis has her shop?" How did you know that? I said, "I think most Americans know about Pearline Ellis." And walked away. Then all of a sudden I will get cocky. And I will try my hand in patois. And as I'm speaking with them, I will say, "Wagwan." Or maybe I'll ask them how old they are, and I'll say, "How much?" And they'll realize that I know nothing about Jamaica. I need you to feel for who I'm speaking to today. So represent with applause when I mention your parish. Kingston. Heart will forever be in Jamaica. Your area code is either 212
broke out in your arms when you sang the words, Eternal Father, bless us. You would rather hear a group of school children sing that than to hear the finest tenor sing our national anthem. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are here today, and you are here today with thankful hearts to worship God and to celebrate the precipice of the Jubilee, 49 years of independence. Your presence here today is evidence that Jamaica is your home, or at least the home of your heart. But what I want to say to you today is this. There is a greater longing for home which you should have, and it's not for America, and it's not for Jamaica, but it is longing for our home in heaven.